Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of For the Fan, episode number 168. As always, I am Will, and we've got Jake here. Gentlemen, hello.
What's up?
Sup?
TikTok is absolutely failing us, so I want to start buy, sell, and hold early, and I'm selling TikTok, okay? Because, well, this is just a big freaking kick to the dick. That's what's going on right now. It's humid as hell. It's disgusting outside. This isn't even fall. This is just like summer 7.4 going on here in New Jersey. But you can also follow us on all the social media platforms down below. YouTube for the Fan Network, TikTok for the Fan Network, X for the Fan _, and Instagram for the Fan Football. Gentlemen, week 3 came in like a lion and actually left like a lion as well, if you want to count Monday Night Football with that matter. Early impressions, late impressions, well, after the fact. I mean, we'll be talking about week 4 very shortly.
Here is the week of death of injuries. It's always one of the first 4.
It's true.
It is. There's a big injury report right now, so we're going to be going through that. That'll take me at least 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Might be
it's a long list of people. It's just the freaking.
It's everybody.
Half the show.
It's that scroll, but just never ending. It just keeps on going on and on and on. That's what it's going down there.
Every time you think you get to the bottom, the scroll bar.
A new injury just piles on.
Yeah, the scroll bar starts lagging, so it's like you think you're getting the end. And
it kicks up and gets smaller, and then you gotta go. Yeah, that's the worst.
Oh man. Well, for those watching on X and YouTube, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, you're listening and or watching For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
What a week 3 it was. A lot of moon balls, a lot of blocked field goals. I don't know what was in the water this week, but holy hell, there was a lot of stuff just going in and around everywhere, up and down, left and right. But obviously we got to start out with the first thing here from this week's of news. Yesterday, the Giants announced that they are benching Russell Wilson after sending 2 Hail Marys from the Kansas City 7-yard line into the stands there, probably 50 rows deep in the lower bowl, to conclude one of their last drives. And that might be his last pass as a New York Giants starting quarterback. Jackson Dart, the number 25 overall selection out of Ole Miss, is going to be taking the helm this Sunday in MetLife Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers. And gentlemen, what are your guys' thoughts on the rookie? Only 3 weeks in, they're turning to him as a late second Hail Mary help.
Well, you gotta help me understand if he wasn't ready week 1, how is he ready now? Just make that one make sense to me. Help me understand how this is anything other than organizational politics and not what's best for a long-term outlook for the quarterback.
Well, we knew going into the season that this season was like a strictly
and
coaching staff trying to save their jobs season.
And I saw it coming a mile away, because I believe I said multiple times on the show, but I know I said to you guys, he's going to start before the first Eagles game. I've said it since the day he got drafted, because this is how this poverty organization works. Is they didn't want to sell another home game of tickets where people didn't show up and buy tickets or showed up and booed. They didn't want the optics or the loss of revenue. So let's start the kid and let them get absolutely trounced by the Chargers.
I don't know.
Their one home game, they were giving away free medium-sized Pepsis. That was their thank you to the fans back in 2021. So,
wow,
they've done worse there. They have done worse.
I don't know what the point of Jameis Winston is on the roster.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, just start Jameis for a game or two, or just one until the Saints game.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily going to get eaten alive. I don't think he'll have a great game. I also found it weird that Daboll only referred in the press conference to Russell Wilson as Russ after they've only been together for 3 games and 1 off season. Like, it just doesn't feel serious. The whole thing just feels unserious to me. Like, I get we call him Russ, but like, I don't know. The whole thing is just so, it's always weird.
Well,
It's always so weird.
The whole thing seemed unserious because you signed the 2 quarterbacks and then traded up for a kid.
Yeah.
So
And it
Which I
doesn't
don't
help
have
too.
any-
Abdul Carter's not even with that like defensive front that they have. I don't know how many snaps they play together with Burns and Lawrence and all the other companies. It's not looking like a very good class outside of their 4th round pick in Cam Scadabo.
Well, it's also none of it's a good look. It's also not a good look when like Xavier McKinney is leading the league in interceptions and you didn't keep him, and then you have Daniel Jones who's just balling the F out, and you chose to not have him, and then Saquon. Now, granted, Tyron Tracy is great, Scadabo's fun, but like, you know, you failed to keep the guys. I don't know if I'd say Daniel Jones matters, but clearly he wasn't the issue because he can succeed. And I think he's had a better 3-game stretch than he ever had for the Giants. So I don't know, dude. None of it's a good look. It's been stale. You ended the season with the last few weeks of fans paying or doing it themselves, where they drove the plane over the stadium that had the banner behind it saying, fire everyone, basically.
I don't think it's anybody that's employed.
What do you mean?
The Maras and the Tishes. Mostly the Maras, because they're the ones who are super active. And
I just think none of this is like, you just can't carry on with what you got going on. The coaching staff needs to change. There's a clear issue top to bottom. Like, blow it up.
It was the same issues under the last guy, and it was the same issues under the last guy.
Yeah.
Like Ben McAdoo had the best season since the Super Bowl for them.
And that wasn't.
And that was a
that
1-year
pretty either.
wonder.
To the next season. That's just.
I think you got to blow it up, top to bottom. Blow it up. You're not in a place where this is successful. What's the point?
I sent to you guys.
We're treading water. Well, actually, we're struggling to tread water.
They're all they've
We're
been
drowning.
doing for like
We're
12
drowning.
years, just shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yeah.
It's those center blocks we have been talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Both the Jets and Giants are about 95 wins and 150 losses.
I think it's 110 wins since like I don't even know when. I don't know when it was 2015 or something.
Year
Well,
2000.
Since moving into MetLife, Jets 93 154, Giants 98 146.
And I believe those are since that time, those are the 2 bottom records in the entire 32 team league. At least since in the past 10 years, I know they have the bottom 2 records in the league.
And the Browns.
Okay. Bottom 3 doesn't still not.
And if you want to include the Jaguars and they rebranded to whatever ugly ass logo they have now, they are just the worst team with them as well.
I think Will is right that it is on an Indian burial site. And
It has to be.
there's
Everyone gets hurt.
It was an Indian burial site, then they probably threw a bunch of garbage on top of it, made it a landfill, and they're like, oh, we should put a stadium here. And then now the Indians are so pissed. They would have been okay if it was like a casino or something, but now it's just like garbage on top of garbage, playing on top of the garbage, on top of where their ancestors once were and got buried and all that stuff. Yeah, that's probably what happened up there.
You just have ghosts of them reaching out and grabbing Aaron Rodgers' ankle, and
When
That's how
when
it is.
Daniel Jones fell on a 70-yard run.
yeah, literally, dude.
But that was at the link, though.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
but
wow.
I was trying to make the joke.
It follows them.
It's a poltergeist.
Yeah, it's
Whatever his name is, Big Don. He hit a button. He was at the B-Dubs. He hit the button for the sprinkler head to go up. That's what tripped him.
but it's just, man, it's just so how do you have 2 NFL teams in one of the top markets in sports in the world, and they are literally 2 of the least successful teams for an entire decade?
I think the expectations are so high. They're just way too high because it's like, oh, New York, the city of lights. You got to be successful. You got to bring home a championship. Like you have like everyone in the world watching you because you're in New York City. It's not like Green Bay. Like I haven't heard much about Micah Parsons since he left Dallas to go to Green Bay. Like it's just silent. Baker, oh yeah, you heard everything about Baker. He goes to Tampa Bay. It's silent. Like all these like major cities just get so much in there, but it's just like
What's the difference in Philadelphia and Boston then?
That's what I was gonna say. Boston has success. They don't have
Pittsburgh.
issues. Well, Pittsburgh's not a top. They're not. I mean, I refuse.
they got Three Rivers.
Well, I mean, the only thing that whole city cares about are the Steelers and nothing else.
Well, so did Mesopotamia, but like I don't know what.
Nah, that's only two.
No, my bad. The crescent.
But
the Fertile
but you know,
Crescent.
Pittsburgh also has three bridges for those Three Rivers too. So a lot of getting around in that. Two cities in the same state. Yeah. All right, let's go to the injury roundup, where the state of California just had so many injuries on this past Sunday, especially in the late window. Nick Bosa tore an ACL; he's done for the season. He tore the other one in the COVID year against the Jets. He tore his right one, so now he has two ACL tears. Well, an ACL tear in each of his knees, so that's not good. In the same game as well, James Conner got wrapped up, and it did not look very good because Fox did not want to show a replay of a foot injury. He got carted off. He's been put on IR. His season is over, according to some sources. Najee Harris on a play action run, he blew out his Achilles. He's also done for the year. Omarion Hampton is now the lead back for the Los Angeles Chargers there. Browns ended up losing DeJuan Jones for the year due to not even seeing it. Yep, he's out for the year, though. As I scroll up, though,
It's the Browns. It might be by choice. Who knows?
Colts, Alec Pierce is in concussion protocol. CeeDee Lamb ended up hurting his ankle in Chicago. They are projecting it to be a 3 to 4 week injury, but other people are saying it could be a 2 to 3 week injury. So some questions there. Jaden Daniels was limited in practice today. He says he feels better, but that does not mean he's guaranteed to be back and playing Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. Marcus Davenport placed on injury reserve with a pec strain for the Detroit Lions. He is out at least 4 games. Let me scroll up to the rest here, see everything else that's going on here. Nnamdi Madubuike for the Ravens won't play Sunday due to his neck injury. There was some talks about him going on to IR. If I scroll down a little bit more, Titans Cam Ward, ankle and calf, was limited in practice today. Brock Purdy was limited for the Niners, but Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Jennings did not practice for the San Francisco 49ers. Tedera McMillan for the Panthers did not practice due to a calf injury. Terry McLaurin is not looking to be playing this week due to a injury that he suffered. Nolan Smith, who had a triceps injury last year, ended up straining it. He's been put on IR, so he's going to be missing at least the next 4 weeks. Yeah, I think I might have hit it all. Maybe. Zach Tom, the Packers right tackle, is not expected to play against the Cowboys, but with the bye week next week, they're looking to regroup after the bye and see if he's going to be able to go up against the Cincinnati Bengals in Lambeau Field, week number 7. I think we got it all. Mike Evans' hamstring's going to miss a couple weeks as well, so yeah, there we go.
Is there anything on like the status of Tristan Wirfs and Chris Godwin?
I think they might be able to come back and play. I know Godwin is. I don't know about Wirfs. I know they said Godwin could be like a week 5 or week 6 return.
Yeah.
I looked at their last week practice reports, and they were limited the entire week, but ruled out without.
I don't think Godwin's ready yet.
They were never put on PUP, so they could come back earlier.
Yeah, they were not put on PUP. They weren't put on IR. They were allowing them to play and do all that kind of stuff. But there is no update, though, on Twitter.
Well, because I don't know if you said those ones, but like
the last one I saw is from Tampa Bay Sports Daily that says they've made good progress in practice last week. They will not be playing against the Jets in week 3. But Godwin, I think, could be a week 5 return. But also with the Mike Evans injury, I don't know if that would be like, let's kind of get you back in a week earlier, because he did have a second surgery that was to clean up a lot of the stuff in his ankle, which was like minor compared to what he had to go through last October, November time. So
I say that to say because both Dory Jackson and Ja'Cory Embedded are hurt. So
everyone's hurt on the Eagles defense. Well, not everyone, at least 3. And here we go. Let's go into some debate questions, gentlemen. Who impressed from week number 3 this past week?
I'll get the homerism right out of the way. One Jalen Hurts.
Are you sure not the other Jalen? The man that ran 18.66 miles an hour on the field goal block?
Good job. No, a lot of that game, and it's, I'm not comparing, but a lot of that game reminded me of the Belichick and Brady just do your job, and then getting everybody ready on the sideline kind of stuff that you always saw in those games when the Patriots were inevitable.
Mm-hmm. I do have one. Well, I just want to group a whole team. The Minnesota Vikings, man, with Carson Wentz and Jordan Mason and everyone there, just assault on national TV. Just assault.
Stop. He's already dead.
They played out, man. They really balled out.
Like Carson Wentz didn't have the most impressive stat line, but for his first game since December of 23, yeah, I looked really good. You couldn't ask for anything else, and with a very bad Bengals team that are still trying to figure themselves out and maybe, just maybe, reinvent the forward pass. Vikings did look really good.
I mean, how can you not give Baker a lot of love?
Yeah, dude, it's
Just how
balls of absolute steel.
like that drive was easy.
Everyone on the Jets was hurt. Quincy Williams left. Sauce was out. Like everyone, like there was no surviving souls on that Jets defense.
Evans was hurt, so it's like
See, I didn't know that either because I turned that on. Like I saw that the Jets blocked the kick. I changed the game right after the Eagles won. And I went over and I'm like, oh my God, it just happened again because I caught the end of the kick. And then obviously the drive that followed that Baker just let him right down the field. But that was a wild 30 minutes for me.
I did that meme where, you're lean back in the chair and you get up. That was me. I was like, are they going to do something here? I was really unimpressed for 58 minutes. And yeah, literally 58 minutes. I was not impressed with the team. And then just like, okay, they locked me back in. And they said, you know what? We got to curb stomp your heart again.
Well, how do you think I felt? -1 passing yards in the first half.
yeah.
Somehow won the game.
Honestly, I don't know who impressed me. I will say, because I wrote them down for a buy, and then I was like, I bought them week 1. I can't even buy them, but it needs to be said. The Chargers just ran the division straight through and came out all W's. So I'm just saying I'm very happy with how that's going.
That's not even the most impressive part of that game. That's the kind of game late in the game that the Chargers would charger and just blow.
Yeah. But dude, I mean, like, and then you have Najee, pop his Achilles. You still make a first down, a completion out of it. Herbert looked poised. Like you just ran the division. You ran table in the division week 1 through 3, which no one needs to or should be put through. That's weird to me. But you took the schedule to the chin, ran through it, and now you're 3-0 against your division to start your season. I don't know if vibes could be higher there. So cool. I think the Chargers, I think in the entire league, when you're talking about teams where the expectations, they're performing to expectations, whatever. All right, that's cool. Like Detroit wins, the Bills win, like whatever. We expect that. But like, as far as, exceeding or raising expectations. I think the Chargers are on the top of the league right now as far as
They're my number one team. I'll just spoil that for power rankings next week.
I have to go through it. I don't know if I could do that yet, but they might be. I mean, they'd probably be a top 5 for me easily, right off the top. But I'm impressed. I like what they've been doing. They're good. They have a lot of the factors that you hope for and you want. Just like Detroit has that big playability and consistency factor. The Chargers seem to also be having that right now. When plays need to be made, they're made. Quentin Johnston's your dude, your Jameson Williams, but maybe even a little bit more consistent. So I like the path they're on. I think it is the path we've been hoping that Justin Herbert could be on for the last however 5-6 years or whatever. So go Chargers, I guess.
A new injury report came through. Xavier Worthy was a full participant in practice today.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So after being limited last week, some questionableness, a 50-50, it looks like he's on track to play against the Ravens on Sunday, which one team in that game is going to go 2-2 and the other team's going to go 1-3.
Yeah, dude.
So it's not good for either team to be in that position this early.
I can guarantee you which team that's going to be.
Oh, well, it's not a night game.
So I sent you guys this list of 128 modern era player nominated for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026. And I know you guys are very critical of this list because I was getting my phone blown up while I was just enjoying a lunch with my fiance.
Was busy, did not look at it.
I haven't looked either. I've been busy. I mean, I saw that you sent it, but I have not looked.
Out of the people on this list, okay, who should be the guaranteed lock to make it?
We're
live reaction.
We're gonna do this live. Lock to make it, as in like first ballot, or just in general.
Just lock out of these people. There's a
First-
lot of names here. Okay, we got a really stacked receiving core here with Anquan Bolden, Donald Driver, Larry Fitz, Torrey Holt, Chad Johnson, Brandon Lloyd, Brandon Marshall, Derek Mason, Herman Moore, Muhsin Muhammad, Jordy Nelson, Jimmy Smith, Rod Smith, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Wes Welker, and Roddy White.
All right. Well, Jonathan Abraham. That
Yeah,
could be
can we get that? Can that be over, please? Can he just be in, bro?
Even Robert Mathis there. I mean, like, he should be in as well. Like,
Yeah, but not over Jonathan Abraham. We did this. We did this. This was that conversation.
I know. Don't worry. You guys are blowing on my phone. Like, oh, isn't this so stupid? Like, how is this not going to be a thing?
No, I think it was before an episode. I think we were blowing up your ears with it. We had the list pulled up and everything. I will say, I think last year we also looked at some players, and Torrey Holt not being on there is kind of nuts when like all the rest of his teammates are on there.
Randall Cunningham. I know he didn't ever won a championship. Randall Cunningham needs to be in.
I need London Fletcher to be in. I really do. That man does not get any respect in his entire career. It just doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, I don't think 8 of these 10 quarterbacks are Hall of Famers.
I think Drew Brees makes it in.
Drew Brees should make it in.
He held number 1 records before Tom Brady broke them. So
in my opinion, Randall Cunningham's a Hall of Famer, but then like Jake Delhomme, Rich Gannon, Jeff Garcia, Eli Manning, definitely not McNabb.
Love those.
Not McNair. Phil is as borderline as it gets.
Yeah.
Does Frank Gore make it?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Dude, I like looking at these running backs because we grew up with like this was your
Sean Alexander, absolutely.
When you were making like your first experience to fantasy football, all these dudes were guys like Aaron.
You're
Fox.
playing your first like Madden 06, and you're like, holy crap.
Dude, LaShawn McCoy,
like how's Mike Allstott not in there?
Yeah. What? How's what?
Mike Allstott. That's a guy that you don't want to run into on the field. That was a guy that,
run to anywhere.
Yeah.
Avoided at all times.
Jamal Charles.
Even the tight ends, like Delaney Walker being there, like I thought he just left the league like 3 years ago. So the fact that he's like on this list is like wild to me.
Tell you what, seeing Chris Johnson's name is wild. The fact that we've watched his entire career, I remember all the, CJ2K, that whole thing. And now we're at the point where he's eligible is kind of nuts.
Get away from the cop speed.
Does Vernon Davis make it in? Probably not. Right?
Nah. I want Donald Driver to make it. Like,
Greg.
when I started watching, obviously it was like the end of his career, so he was obviously slowing down. He wasn't the same guy as he was like the early 2000s, but like, man, like,
Dude, almost all of these linebackers are like
Yeah.
Hall of Famers, if not borderline first ballots.
Yeah. All of these linebackers are Hall of Fame in their team's Hall of Fame already. Like all of them, every single one of them, hands
the
down.
Keo Spikes.
Wow, Terrell Suggs, he'll be a first.
That has to be Clay Matthews' dad, right? Or is
No,
that the
that's
Clay
Clay.
Matthews?
Clay Matthews.
Yeah, that's Clay, right? And then
Because
Luke,
Jake Matthews, his brother is the tackle for the Falcons.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm
And then
gonna be
there's
honest, I didn't know. That.
the bad one that was an Eagle, Casey Matthews.
This
Chip
man just
Kelly.
reproduces.
Adam Vinatieri's on here.
He should
Is he-
make it. He should like come on. The longevity of him and 4 Super Bowls as a kicker is like
Honestly, he probably should be first ballot as a kicker.
That's what I
He's the
thought, dude.
all-time scorer in the NFL history.
Is this his first ballot or no?
so. If they're italicized on the article here, it says if they are italicized, italics indicate first year eligibility. So obviously that's like Drew
Yeah.
Brees and Phillip
Very-
Rivers, but like they updated it because Phillip Rivers had like an asterisk next to him earlier, so I was like confused about
What is a
that.
dash?
I don't know what the freaking dashes are. It's not even like that explained.
Yeah, because
Well,
Wow.
Oh, so the dashes were the finalists from last year.
Vinatieri was a finalist. They didn't make it. Are you kidding me, bro? Get out of here.
yeah, Luke Kuechly not making it last year. is
Luke
kind of-
Kuechly, Vinatieri.
But now it's like that's that thing where it's like, okay, they play 7 years. Like, are you really sure that that's a Hall of Famer?
I mean, yeah, he was the
Luke
best.
Kuechly was.
He was easily the best linebacker of his era. Period.
Yeah, I think so.
Like Andrew Luck isn't even on this list either. But I know it's like weird because he didn't end up playing for like 2.5 years.
That'd be crazy if he was on this list. I feel like.
Shouldn't he be?
Yeah, he retired in 2019, so he should have been. I think he was last year on this
I
list.
mean, I guess that's fair.
the same
Torrey
list.
Holt didn't make it. Steve Smith Sr. didn't make it. Reggie Wayne didn't make it last year.
All right. This is a dumb question, but that Chad Johnson is Ochocinco, correct?
That's Ocho Cinco, yes. His legal name.
Well, I thought.
All right.
Well, legally,
Just
I thought he changed his name.
Didn't we all? Like, oh, why is this guy his name Ocho Cinco?
Dude, John Abraham
did.
not being a finalist is insane.
Ochocinco did legally change his name so that he could have it on his jersey because he got fined for it.
Yeah, that's right.
These defensive backs are so stacked here. Eric Berry, Cam Chancellor, Nick Collins. Nick Collins, if he did not get hurt by Jonathan Stewart on a hurdle, would have been in the Hall of Fame first ballot.
Asante Samuel.
Asante Samuel's here. Patrick Surtain Sr., Troy Vincent still on here. Adrian Wilson.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you got so many great people there. Earl Thomas.
It actually is-
How is Charles Tillman not there? They literally call it Peanut Punch for a reason. There's a move named after him. Most of the time, some people miss the ball and just hit another pair elsewhere. But
how many make it in a year? 7?
I think it
it's
depends.
weird. Last year there was 4, and it could go as high as like 8. I guess it's like you have to hit a threshold of like votes.
Yeah, I think the
That's
Other
crazy.
Because
Hall of
last
Fame.
year was 4, and we were like, the fuck?
Yeah,
we
Torrey
were
Holt
like-
was a finalist.
Like it was like
Vinatieri was a finalist.
it was a
and-
very weird class last year. It was Jared Allen and Antonio Gates, Devin Hester, I think, was on it. Like it was a very, very weird list.
yeah, and then Kuechly didn't.
Yeah, I think they need to change how they do this.
But
Four-
now with this class, it could go as high as like 8, 9, 10. But like last year, I think it was like, okay, like we have these guys here, they could headline it, but they're not like first ballot guys. Like this year, it's going to be headlined by
bro.
if they want to do 2 quarterbacks with Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. I mean,
No, because you
He-
get backlogged so quick. So like the fact that you only entered 4 sucks. And now look at this list. We're like backlogged as hell. Like that's crazy to me. That Luke Kuechly got there could have been a first ballot. That Torrey Holt should be in by now. Adam Vinatieri, I mean, there's no reason he headlines that. Like he should have made it in. I don't know. That's crazy. I think there should be a minimum. 4 is absurd when you think about how backlogged this list gets. I mean, you're choosing what, 4 out of, we just looked at 100 and.
Well, I think it has to be from like the votes or whatever. If you hit like a certain amount, like baseball, and it's not. I know it's not going to be the same as baseball, where it's like, okay, you need like 80% of the votes, and it's like, oh, if we don't have anyone, there's no Hall of Fame class. Oh well, just
I do like the way baseball does it.
That's crazy,
Because
too.
also like you have X amount of years to do it. There's none of this like 80-year-old players making it in when they're
Yeah.
even alive. Like you have this amount of time to make it. If it's not, you are not considered a Hall of Famer. And that's what the Hall of Very Good is for.
the Hall
Which
of
is
Nice.
like- And that's like Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers. You know, you're very good players, but you're not Hall of Famers.
I mean, it is also crazy because there's 382 players in the NFL Hall of Fame, which sounds like a lot. I mean, that
But
sounds
it's
like
really not out of like there's like a 1,600 players on. Yes, like 1,600 players that are on active rosters. So it's like you think of it like that.
I mean, this is since 63, so we're talking
Yeah, 60.
Yeah,
Yeah, 62 years.
382.
And they like overfilled it for like the 100th year. They just kept on like they were like everyone was just getting inducted in there.
I mean, that's an average of 6 players a year, so it really isn't that much. I don't know. It's interesting.
Now I ask one question here, okay? I always have a non-sports question because I like to think of it, and I thought of this while working out this morning at the ripe time of 6:50 a.m. that I had to type it down, okay? But I didn't type it down until I got home because I was really thinking about it. We all had a lot, like we all had stuff that, like, man, I wish I had this when I was a kid. Like this would be like so freaking cool, like all that stuff. What's the one thing that you have now that you wish your younger self had?
Jeez.
Time. Wait, no,
I feel like time was so prominent back then. It's like, okay, I could game all day, and it's like, oh, hey, 2 hours passed. I played all this stuff. I have one, and it's really good, and it would relate to us as like 12-year-olds. Faster internet. I remember having that, like downloading the last World at War map pack with the Der Riese map and like all that stuff. That shit took a day and a half to download, and it was 1.6 gigs. I literally went to bed and I woke up and it was at 7%. I was like, what's going on here?
a disappointing thing as a child, bro. That's rough.
Back
Yeah.
then, I mean, like, hey, physical stuff was so cool. Like going to Target or your local Best Buy, Walmart, getting a game. Like that was just like the hype there. That was the one thing my 12-year-old self wishes they had.
I don't know. That's actually a great question. This is a great question.
Confidence.
Confidence. That's, you know what? That's pretty valid, to be honest.
Riz.
Riz.
I still don't have that.
If I had the confidence I had now way earlier,
Yeah.
life would be different.
Way different.
I don't, dude. That's a crazy question. I really don't know. As far as objects go, I don't know if there's anything.
I don't really care about material things, to be honest.
I don't know if there's anything. But there's some knowledge things, maybe experience that would have been cool. I don't know.
Instead of
call
learning about, you know,
Driver's license when I was 12.
instead of learning about the mitochondria, you know, you invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, when we were 12, I think it was 2008. So
Yeah, it's pretty.
buying a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fault for, you know, trying to remember my middle school locker code instead of just having it preset to where I just have to turn it the littlest bit and it just opens up and I can just go in there.
You know, it's still crazy to think about. I brought this up to my girlfriend the other day. It's still crazy to think about, at least for us, because we all went to the same school. I mean, this is so off track, but I'm just going to bring it up because why not? We had to buy locks to the lockers in middle school. And I think back to that, it's weird. I think it's weird.
Like the lockers?
No, all right, sorry, not middle school. To like to your gym lockers. Like you're just required.
I had to do that in middle school too. No, no. Where I went to middle school, because like we didn't go to the same middle school. They actually said, like, here, if you want a lock, you can get a lock, but if you have your own, you have your own. You can do that. So like they had like all these locks and all that stuff. But I want to figure out how they ended up having to reset all these combinations every single year. And remember, okay, it's like whatever this like 3-digit combination is for like this, having to go
You have
through
to
that.
manually do that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't need.
Did you guys ever try to open your locker from previous years?
No.
Because I couldn't remember the combo.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually, now that I think about it, who remembers that?
Just recently,
That's
I
so
even tried to I tried to remember like, okay, let me go
funny.
through like my freshman year class. Where did I have to go from like 5 hall? I had to go to like 8 hall 2, and I was like trying to like be like, okay, let me try figuring out if I can remember the steps of me having to go around like high school.
Like
Way
I'm
back then.
thinking, do they reset each lock of every locker every year?
Oh,
is it just
definitely,
the same
definitely.
one every year for that specific locker? So like you can go back to your freshman locker and just open it, and it's.
But I feel like that's like a custodial work thing that they would do like over the summer to like
that
fix.
sounds like a lot of work.
Well, my one locker junior year, all you had to do was just hit it and it would open. The
Yeah,
lock
dude.
never worked.
Love that so
Yeah,
much.
like,
Oh
I
my
knew-
god, I remember my I don't know if I've ever told this story. My senior year, my girlfriend at the time, you guys know who the name is. I like just like she like opened up her locker and I just locked it and it was never able to close again. Like the custodians couldn't do like it like just was broken the entire year. And it was like September.
Nice, dude. Good job. That's
But,
fair.
you talk to your friends after, and it's like sometimes you're like, oh, let me just dick with him. He has the locker open, you just lock it, and you like walk away, like, okay, yep, see you later. Now you have to go through like redoing the combination, having to close it.
Or I'd make little marks on my thing so I'd know where the numbers were, and then I could just
You
do
know,
it.
Can't believe I never thought of that.
I'd like take a little highlighter, a little Sharpie or something that's colored, and just make little. I don't care. Like, what are they gonna steal? My textbook? Oh, dude, rough. Like, I don't. Whatever.
My lunch, my brown paper bag lunch.
Yeah, not when I started doing that.
Oh
right.
man,
Good
there's
job.
no fantasy questions, so we could just go right on ahead here.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, game of the week. There was that 1 o'clock hour, man. I don't know. There was a lot of crack involved in that. That was like a great 1 o'clock hour.
It kind of
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Complete mayhem.
Absolute chaos.
I wonder if Scott Hansen had another phenomenal outing for
Well,
the red zone.
that half hour of just blocked kicks.
Comeback wins. Like, yeah, that was a witching hour. That
I
was
liked the late window too. I really enjoyed it. The Niners went down to the wire. The Broncos and Chargers went down to the wire. I don't even know what the other games were.
A football we've ever seen. Like there's been like almost no duds of a game.
I mean, that's
For this
kind
year,
of
Yeah.
true. I mean, there have like there's 30.
there's obviously games, but it's like, okay, yeah, but I could remember like all these other games that were like way better than that game.
but
Yeah,
there
like of like the 4 o'clock and night windows, like none
it's
of
the
them.
night windows. It's the night windows. The night games have been good, so that now it's bridging all those gaps between because there's always good games in the 1 o'clocks and 4 o'clock, pretty much.
Always.
But the night games are bridging all those gaps that usually suck. So I think that mentally we're like,
Because like
this is a good start.
this is like the first year in a while where I've each week I've actually like rolled from one to the other every time.
And been psyched and
No.
like enjoyed watching
This is a good game.
and watched a night game to like the end, like constantly now. Like I've watched
Even like the Thursdays too. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it's good.
honestly, I mean, this Thursday was but you set it up with the two teams that you had in there. But
Yeah, what were your guys' game of the week? You have to pick one.
Oof.
Unless if you want me to go first, I'll go first. I could always take a low-hanging fruit here.
You go for it.
Alrighty. Lions and Ravens.
Yeah.
There it was.
that's
David
up-
Montgomery's, big breakout game for 2025. Jameer Gibbs still looks really good. The Lions just really looked unstoppable. And Lamar Jackson now has a losing streak against NFC teams. He's now 2 in the hole with the Eagles and the Lions now. So I don't know. Trouble's brewing. Lamar's putting up some really good numbers. He's number one in a lot of passing statistics, and everyone else, that's had the same exact ones. All 3-0. Lamar 1-2.
I'm actually curious what his record is when they are a national game. including like playoffs, including all the
I don't know. The Lions are now 10-1 under the waning gibbous moon. I sent that on Thursday. I said, man, I should really change my pick.
I don't know what it is because this whole whatever this is doesn't follow any other team ever. It's just the Lions. So it's maybe just because everyone likes when the Lions win right now. So, you know,
The
we're
Lions
all
are just
yeah.
like maybe the most likable team in the league.
Yeah, it's because they were terrible.
Yeah, because it's fun it's fresh.
And also because their coach is awesome.
Yeah, the vibes are so high, it's insane. So how could you not?
Like, if you don't like Dan Campbell, I don't like you, and you don't like football.
Yeah.
Like going back to like the pitching play that they gave to like Amon-Ra on like 4th down, they pitched it away. Like when Campbell was on the Cowboys in 2003, they did that exact thing with Emmitt Smith. 2019, when he was one of like the coordinator people for the Saints, they did it with Taysom Hill. Now it's Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe Ben Johnson was in the system. Maybe it's just Dan Campbell being behind, Hall of Fame greats and just being a part of all these teams.
I mean, the other game of the week I would say is Bucks Jets. That was you got to watch that exciting ending. Eagles Rams.
All right, I was gonna go Bucks Jets, so I didn't go Eagles, but I guess you're leaving me that one.
I don't know.
He's just gonna name them all, and you're gonna have to say, yeah, I really like the Panthers and Falcons. That was my favorite game of the entire
He's got
week.
them all up. He's just gonna run right down the list.
Niners.
Man, I really like the Falcons and Bengals. It made me feel like the Bengals had a chance, and in the 4th quarter when they scored their first touchdown.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's all right. I'm gonna do that later with buy, sell, hold. I have like 7 things for each.
Dom's gonna have to like sell on like I don't know moon phases.
You know what? I'm selling moon phases. That's what he did to me the other week with the Chargers.
You're selling the moon.
It's like I said it, I'm doing it, and like he starts off like, "Well, I'm gonna buy the Chargers." I'm like, "You dick!"
And that one really wasn't on purpose either.
But hey, let's go into a buy, sell, and hold, gentlemen. Where are we going to go with our buys? Buy, sell, sell. I would say the other word, but it's not going to flow really well. I don't know if you guys would understand the reference.
Yeah, just do the opposite of it.
There is no opposite.
Dom could start it because
I'm going to buy into everything. So Jake, you can't buy into anything anymore.
You can start with your vibe because I
wrote another one down, so you can go.
Oh, okay. Well, this is why I can't even differ from what Jake said, just because I held them week 1, so I have to make a decision on my holds. Like I have to start making decisions here. So I am going to buy Detroit. That was everything I needed. Last week, this week, everything we were hoping Detroit was again. Week 1 was a little bit sketchy, so that's why I held them. Detroit's back. We're happy. All is well. Bought Detroit.
Yeah, I wrote down Detroit. They are looking like the 1 seed caliber team. But the other thing I wrote down, because I knew he was going to do it, special teams. Special teams all season has been a weapon.
It's kind of true.
Like all the block kicks this week. I think it's due to the new way they can work in the kicker ball, but the 60-yard kicks. And did anybody else catch the Rams kicker? What he was doing every single kickoff, that knuckleball?
Is that
No.
a move or is that not?
Yeah, he was kicking these wobblers that were getting caught in the wind, and we didn't field a single one clean the entire day. We were starting at the 5 and 10 yard line every drive.
Well, kickers really got to figure it out. They've been having some trouble figuring out how they want to kick the ball, how deep they want to kick it, where they want to put it.
They're trying to land it in the landing zone, but
Yeah.
if you don't,
But they don't get that running start like they used to. Like last year, they had the same 10 yards. Now it's they're 3 yards and they got to kick it.
You got to figure it out. It's a new for kickers more than anyone else, really.
go look up if you are on a side screen of one of you guys, the Cardi's kickoffs. Wild. It's doing this all over the place.
That's interesting.
We fumbled every single, well, not fumble, but
Bobbled stuff.
every single one.
That is really interesting. That might be a move. That might have to be a move for kickers. I mean, it's been interesting, the new kicking rule, I think.
Special teams is a weapon now.
I
Yeah.
like it. It's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. Again, dude, this brand of football this year has been more exciting. I don't know. It doesn't feel stale at all. We're in it. Well,
My buy. Yeah, I don't even know if you mentioned the Lions, but I'm just gonna buy in the Lions. Yeah. So
look at that. Sweep Lions.
sweep. Yeah. Shall we move on to sells? Do you guys want to sell on anything?
I got a lot of things to sell.
Oh, you can go first.
Okay.
He's gonna cover mine. I know that. So
Who was me?
Yeah.
Well, one, just I already said it, the Giants. They're just dumb.
right away.
The Dallas defense is the worst I've ever seen. Like they're just making everybody look like Hall of Famers at quarterback.
Matt Eberflus. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Defensive
there was a-
mastermind?
There was a possibility they could have been better without Micah Parsons and being able to stop the run, but that hasn't happened either. So they're just screwed. That's like everybody going to have a career day against the Cowboys this season.
That no Dan Quinn thing, dude. I don't know if he's a good head coach, but he's a good defensive coach, and they ain't doing. He left, and that was it. They can't figure it out. They can't even put together anything.
Like I can't even give Caleb credit for that game because of how bad. Like Russell Wilson had a career day, had a renaissance day versus Dallas defense.
So Jordan Love's gonna put up a Aaron Rodgers type stat line. Might be even better than that game that we saw at the B-Dubs, that wild card game.
I'm starting Golden for that reason, dude.
And then the final one I have is Michael Penix. Saw a stat this morning or yesterday.
that was good.
He is winless when the other team scores 7 points.
That's such a crazy stat.
Is that college too?
Well, no, but like in his NFL, like he's like 0-6, 0-7 when the other team scores 7 points.
And I don't feel like those games are that low scoring for the Falcons, but maybe they just are, man.
So if McCarthy was like had like a normal throwing arm, they win that game apparently. If he's not just Mr. Handoff.
It's kind of wild. Yeah, I sold the Giants. The fact that we watched like the worst red zone possession in our entire lives, and not a single ball was a threat to do anything, like nothing at all, is absurd. I mean, that really may be the single worst red zone possession we have witnessed as football fans. So we're done here. That's that.
Whole franchise getting sold.
We're done. It's stupid.
I'm gonna sell on the Saints. Yeah, that was just an abysmal outing. Another game, on Sunday where it's just 40 points by halftime by the other team. It was just like, okay, it's like not really competitive and all that stuff.
On a Brandon Staley defense.
Who would have known?
Absolutely.
No, we don't know ball, guys. Remember, that guy's like, I can't wait for him to prove him wrong. I can't wait for 0-17 to be like, I want to know what you're having, and please send it to me.
Yeah, where's
I
that?
would love that. I would love whatever stuff you're
I'm gonna sell that guy because
What's the team that gave us like the entire rundown on how their team could?
I'm pretty sure it was the Saints. It was the one guy, he broke it all down. It was really cool. It was really nice. And this other guy's like, you're a dumbass, fucking idiot. Like, you guys don't know ball. Kellen Moore. You guys just don't like Brandon Staley. He's going to bring us everything.
Yeah, Brandon Staley defense.
Yeah, dude.
And for my fiance and Dom's girlfriend, I'm going to sell the show 911 because I don't know the realism of going to space. But those memes are hilarious, okay? I love those memes.
Unreal, dude. No, listen, Jake, just to lay some groundwork here.
Huh?
Just to lay some groundwork. They watch the show 911, right? Which
Yeah, another one of these dumb cop
pretty
shows.
yep. Uh-huh.
Takes place in California. They did an
LAPD,
episode about like B NATO and all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff.
they had some weird stuff, whatever, right? And then they killed off a guy at the end of last season and blamed like everyone's favorite dude. And then they blamed it like their explanation was realism. And then so the trailer for this season comes out and it's like so
A
bad.
meteor shower and like they gotta go to
Meteor
space
shower
and stop
coming
it.
down on LA. And the one dude's like, take cover. Like, and it's just like what are we doing? What the LAPD is gonna stop the meteor shower with? And now a new trailer came out last night.
What is a Space Force?
Dude, a new trailer came out last night and they're going to space. What is it? What? Astronauts? No. The military? No. The LAPD?
The actual new branch of the military that's called Space Force.
Dude. Like it's something is what it is.
I was like dumbfounded, and then like Dom's like, "Have you seen it?" I'm like, "Yeah, this looks stupid." But now I just found memes, and I just send them to Dom because they're so funny.
Memes. Like the trailer came out and it is unreal. I gotta just. Is this it? Yeah. I'm just gonna show you even without sound.
Why?
Look at this. Ready? Watch this. Oh, did they not show? Yep. Like, what's
There doesn't need to be any more cop and
no
cop dramas.
at
There's
least
always people that are gonna watch it too. It's just like so. Wild.
people are gonna watch this.
You just
premiere.
watched the reruns from 2006 of all those shows.
But they're not going to space. What's going on with that?
because of the memes. I kind of want to know what the hell happens here. So I don't know. Maybe I do.
Gonna have their highest viewership spike in like history. But let's
Never
go to
gonna think
holds before we get. So we're so far off track here. Let's just go to holds. What are we holding?
Alex's taste in shows.
There you go. I don't know if I'm allowed to agree with that, but
You can.
oh, that's so funny.
I'll say it to her tomorrow.
All right, so holds.
Yeah, let's
Or
go
did
to
you
holds.
sell yet? Well, did you sell? Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we don't need
That's why we went on a whole tangent here.
holds. I'm gonna hold the Jags because they're doing more than they should be. I think. So we'll see how that goes going forward. And I'm gonna hold Seattle. I need one more week I need a real opponent game and to see if they are more real than a lot of people are saying. I was kind of a little bit on Seattle going into the season already, but like we'll see. As long as they keep Kenneth Walker running the ball, I'll be happy. Because the split kind of annoys me. As a fantasy owner and as a fan, but
So there's been a very concerning trend the last couple of years. So I should have either done a hold or sell long before this. But is John Harbaugh a bad coach? Has he lost it? Ravens John one. Because he's landing himself squarely on the hold list right now.
He's going through that Andy Reid phase with Philly. He's just kind of gotten stale. He has to go somewhere else to rediscover himself.
he's the longest tenured coach by far, right?
For a single team right now, yeah.
Those 2009 to 2012 Andy teams were but I am also gonna hold Jordan Love. Because if the Packers are going to do what the Packers want to do, Jordan Love actually has to show something. Like everyone tells me how great he is, but he has not. He does not actually done anything yet. He has all these bad. Like if Jalen Hurts is their quarterback, they win that game. He doesn't have that dumb turnover.
Sorry. John Harbaugh is not the longest tenured coach because Mike Tomlin's still the coach of the Steelers.
I don't even need to mention him. He should have been sold. He was sold years ago.
I just forgot that. I forgot that Mike Tomlin still exists just because he's so irrelevant. But okay, sorry.
No, like I think if there was an actual top 10 quarterback on the Packers, they win that game. I don't care about the O-line. You just don't throw that pick. You win the game.
But that's also the one guy he came out and was like, "Oh, I think we could go undefeated this year." Like he put it into the air, so it just became like a sudden like trap game.
He doesn't. It was a lot of them. It was Jacobs, Parsons. Like more than one of them said about going 0-6 or 16-0.
17-0.
Whatever. Dude. I've not adapted to the new.
No, I never will.
My holds this week. After selling them last week, I'm gonna put them back into the hold. I'm gonna do Omari and Hampton back into the hold there.
Oh, here he goes. I saw that coming a
Snip,
mile
snap,
away.
snip, snap, snip, snap. And I'm going to hold Brock Bowers because I don't know what's going on here. Dude was the best tight end in football last year, and I don't know what's going on here.
Oh,
A
it's
game
close.
where like he probably should have gone off, and Trey Tucker gets Randy Moss Thanksgiving type stuff.
I can tell you the answer. Geno Smith's his
I'm
quarterback.
not. Nope. Not taking slander. Nope.
I don't
Not
even
doing it.
think Geno's.
Geno's been bad, dude. Geno's been real bad.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe not. Isn't he? He's not top 5 in yards, right?
He might be top 5 in yards.
That's what I mean. So some of them got.
He might be. I
should
think
go
he's like
top
number
5.
2 in yards. Like he has a lot of yards, but like he obviously
I
doesn't
don't know.
have everything else backed up with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
4 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Yeah, no, he's not been as good as I was hoping he would be. And it's not like they.
And 12 sacks.
It's not like they're lacking in that offensive line.
Well, they also took Genti, who has 145 yards after contact, and he only has 144 yards rushing.
Well, I saw one about Chase Brown.
Yeah, negative.
Chase Brown is horrible this year. Without Joe Burrow, he's nothing.
Well, it's not even. Well,
Well, with Joe Burrow, it helps. It
Oh,
helps
line,
so
too.
much.
Oh, that
yeah, it does help. But
that
O
was-
line, man.
That was another team I wanted to sell. The Bengals. They're done.
Yeah, I thought about selling them. I did. I almost really did.
But here we go. Here's our records after 3 weeks, 48 games down. Jake took home the cake here at 10-6, while the other 3 of us finished 9-7 last week. Dom, with his big week, just decided to, I don't know, fall flat on his face.
Tell you what, that Buffalo game saved me a little bit. Still remained a cushion. Small, but still remained a cushion.
But here's our records. I am 30-18. Colton's 29-19. Jake is 33-55, and Dom is 35-13 through the first 3 weeks. It can only go worse from here.
Yep.
Thursday Night Football, the Arizona Cardinals are wearing their rival jerseys that Nike's been pushing out. It looks like a burrito, but they look like the best ones out of everyone in the league. They are hosting the Seattle Seahawks, who are coming off a very dominant win against the New Orleans Saints. We're all sweeping the Seattle Seahawks here. From Thursday Night Football, we go into 9:30 in the morning in Dublin, Ireland, where the Steelers are hosting a home game against the Minnesota Vikings. And Dom, you have not typed in your pick here. Where are you going here?
I'm
It's a
going to go with Carson.
It's a
Yeah,
sweep
but-
of the ginger, man. He returns to Scotland. Ireland. No, he returns to Ireland, where they all are from. All the Irish. Fool's gold. We're all there. Then at the actual early window slate of the 1 o'clock hour, the Commanders, after a very big win against the Raiders last week, are hosting the Falcons, who got swept out by the Carolina Panthers here. I am now lone wolfing the Atlanta Falcons as Dom is changing everything up here.
Oh, I'm not doing that thing. I don't know why I wrote that in the beginning anyway. That's crazy. Washington.
The commies. They all go in the commies here. The Saints, speaking of the NFC South, the Saints are traveling coast to coast here after the West Coast last week. They're going to Orchard Park to play the Bills this weekend. We're all sweeping the Bills on this one. Then from Orchard Park, we're going to go to Detroit, where the Cleveland Browns, coming off a very big upset win this season, are going to play the Lions here. We're all sweeping Detroit on this selection. Someone has to win here, or they can tie. I mean, what's worse that can happen here? The 0-3 Titans and the 0-3 Texans are going to be battling it out, and we're all picking the Texans. Is this a trap game? Or are the
Dude.
Titans going to pull it off?
If Houston loses,
Dude.
my hold of Stroud is going straight in the cell.
I wonder if Joe Mixon makes that much of a difference for the Texans too, as well. Like, I
Woody,
wonder.
it's Woody Marks season.
better. What?
I don't care.
Oh no, 100%. Stroud needs to be way better, like 1,000,000,000%. But I'm saying, I wonder if like some of these games would be a little bit less tight if Joe Mixon was in the lineup. It is kind of interesting to me. He comes back in what, 2 weeks, maybe.
I mean, the
Harden.
GM talked at the end of August. They said he wasn't confident that he will play the season. So, like, who knows if he's going to be playing?
He's projected right now to come back in 2 weeks.
He hasn't even stepped foot on the field, so I don't even know if he can.
I don't know. That like I said, that's a hard maybe, but I don't know if that team even gets better.
So the battle of 1 and 2 teams, the Panthers coming off their big win of the season against the Falcons last week, go into Foxborough where the Patriots were having some fumbling issues going on, but we're all picking the New England Patriots on this one. From Foxborough, we go to the Indian Burial Ground that we talked about in the beginning of the show. The Chargers come into town to play rookie Jackson Dart, who's making his first career start in the NFL, and we're all sweeping here the Chargers. A rematch again. The Eagles, I almost call them the Falcons. The Eagles are going to be going down south to play the Buccaneers. The battle of 3-0s. One team is going to be undefeated after this, or if they're tied, they're going to be half defeated after. Jake, you do not have a pick in here for this. You had it earlier, and then I guess you took it out.
You can say who I originally had. It's okay.
You had the Bucks there. You had the Bucks. Are you staying with the Bucks? It's empty.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. It's just gonna suck if I lose the week because I don't pick my team. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, I feel that.
You could always be a Jets fan. Doesn't matter because your team's always going to lose every week.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe not this week, man.
like the few times where I will always pick my team, and the few times where I don't, it's like always ends up biting me. I can't pick against my team. I
There
can't.
you go.
Colton and Jake take the Birds, and Dom and I are taking the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm ready to get hurt again.
As we head to the 4 o'clock hour here, the Rams come home after a Central Time Zone and Eastern Time Zone trip. They are hosting the Indianapolis Colts here, and Dom and I are taking the Colts, and Colton and Jake are taking the Rams.
Man, I think this is gonna be a good game.
This is a true contest for the Colts here. I mean, the Broncos were a true contest, but this one is a very, it's there for them.
If the Colts win this game, I'll believe.
It's fair.
I held them last week, so I'm going to still, I'm not holding them again, but I just want to, figure it all out here.
Puka's like top receiver in the league.
He is.
Oh, because they literally throw to him every play.
The Jaguars go to Santa Clara to play the San Francisco 49ers here. We're all sweeping the 49ers on this selection.
I think it is a trap game for the Niners.
This is a trap,
hard.
yep.
So hard.
One team needs to win this, or the other team's going to go 1-3. The Ravens are going to Arrowhead Stadium after a very bad showing again on Monday Night Football. They are playing the Chiefs, who are coming off their very first win of the season. Dom and Colton are taking the Ravens, and Jake and I are taking the Chiefs. As we head to Vegas on this one, the Bears come to town after a very dominant win against the Dallas Cowboys. They're playing the Raiders in Las Vegas, and I am lone wolfing the Las Vegas Raiders on this selection. I'm not surprised. Sunday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers, Micah Parsons returns to Dallas. As he said, it's going to be a hurtful one when he sacks Dak Prescott in Dallas here. We're all taking the Green Bay Packers on this selection.
You couldn't pay me to pick the Cowboys at this point.
So for some reason, this is a 7 o'clock game on ESPN. The New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins, a game that, no one wants to watch, but, everyone will be happy that there will be a loser of this game. Colton and I are taking the Dolphins, and Dom and Jake are taking the Jets.
I feel zero at this game.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Why is the game even happening? Just cancel it.
Well, if you don't
And
like
you
that
can't
game,
even be excited about the other one.
if you're not excited about this game at 7 o'clock, at 8:15, the Bengals and Broncos kick off. So if you have a good book, maybe you should read that on Monday night. I don't know. Probably Tom Brady, I think, dropped a new book too. So maybe you could get that, get your hands on that, read that. But the Bengals and the Broncos, we're all sweeping the Broncos on this one.
Nice. What a Monday. What a slate. This could break the streak.
I'm gonna go to bed at 9:30. I'm gonna be really excited about that. That Jets game's gonna be done by like 8:30. Nothing but runs and punts.
Both ways.
But if you like that, you can follow us on all the social media platforms down below. YouTube for the Fan Network, TikTok for the Fan Network, X for the Fan _, and Instagram for the Fan Football. No fantasy questions. Maybe we'll be live on TikTok tomorrow. Who knows if any of this stuff even fixes itself. So, Yeah, we got that. Something to figure out. Food for thought. But speaking of thoughts, you guys have any thoughts? Are you guys able to just turn off your brain at night and just go to bed? Or do you have to think about stuff before you go to sleep?
I don't do that.
I can't sleep.
What is that?
What
Yeah, I
is that?
just, I just close my eyes and go to sleep. I just stop thinking. I just,
I
go
hate
to
you.
sleep. There's people that, have to think of stuff.
Yeah, me.
There's days Will doesn't even start. It's just he rolls it
I
right
hear
in.
the alarm and I'm just like, man, coffee time. Here we go. But yes, live every Wednesday. Follow us. Yeah, see you guys next time and enjoy the week, everyone.